wanted to cover some successful habits versus unsuccessful habits. There's a great kind of image floating around that I really thought was very pertinent to this conversation. A lot of the differences is kind of the routines and habits you have every single day. So the kind of dichotomy between the two is reading for knowledge versus kind of passively watching unhelpful TV. Finding a way to complement something versus criticize something. So find the value in it. Embracing change versus fearing change. This is a big one for a lot of people. Change happens every single day. I mean, as time passes, we're always changing. So it's always about focusing how we see that change and putting it in a direction that we want to go. Forgiving others versus holding a grudge. This one's kind of described to me as holding an object, at arm's length. If you hold it there for a while, your arm's going to eventually get tired. Who's that hurting? You or them? I mean, think about that for a minute. It's when you hold a grudge, the only thing that you're hurting is yourself by holding all that negative energy within inside you. You're not hurting the other person. The other person could care less. So release that negative energy towards that other person and your life will change for the better. Talk about ideas versus talking about people. This is, especially coming from Texas and in a smaller community within Houston, you get a lot of kind of that gossip. This is obviously really big in high school and intermediate school and stuff like that, but even in work environments, there's always a lot of gossip. So if you talk about somebody versus talk about the ideas of how to expand your world, makes quite a huge difference. Continuously learning versus thinking all it is you can know about a particular topic. So if you're always expanding your mind, you're expanding your boundaries. There's an old saying, if you stop growing, you fall behind, and that's because everybody around you is growing. So even if you're stagnant, right, you're really falling behind because the people that want success are always going to be pushing forward. Accepting responsibility versus passing it on. This is probably one of the biggest ones in terms of personal development and growth, because if you own your mistakes, you're going to learn from them. And if you learn from them, you're not going to repeat them. Versus blaming others, not only do you lose control, which is really big, because without control you feel lost, you feel powerless. You're on we like to say in the coaching world, the effect side of the equation versus the cause. You lose all sense of power. So if you take personal responsibility, you come back onto the effect side, and then you can take control of your life. Having a sense of gratitude versus having a sense of entitlement. This one kind of gets a bad rap for the millennials, but I think in any group you're going to find a subset that's always kind of in that mindset. But if you take things with gratitude, not only will you appreciate them more, but a lot more returns back to you generally. And setting up goals versus not setting goals. With a goal, you have direction. You can break it down in smaller chunks. You can eat those little chunks as you go along. Versus no goal, you're just kind of directionless, kind of whatever catches your moment. In college, we call this the squirrel effect. And it's like, ooh, shiny. So setting goals is, or at least a direction for those who don't like goals. All very powerful tools, help you on the road to success. Let me know what you think in the comments, and love to work with you if you're interested in the coaching stuff. But otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow.